Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here. Just like an hour or two of Project Gorgon today. I just need to go and do some stuff, unlock some skills and things. I was doing druid cow, but I kind of druid. A cow was kind of always a bit of a long shot, really. I just didn't particularly like playing as a cow. Just like a looks thing, really. I quite like the where am I going? I know where I'm going. I quite like the, like the tanky side of it, but I'm not sure about playing a cow. I mean, I think I got it's level 60, so I might go back to it. But I've kind of got some skills written down before I started. I'm playing this new character. I've been quite addicted to just playing a new character, basically. 100 food, get 45 favour. That's the game in a nutshell. I'm currently just going to. I need to go and unlock the next transmutation level. Yeah, like I've just been playing this new guy. I've been quite enjoying playing a new guy who doesn't have like a load of stuff unlocked that doesn't not hinder your gameplay, but kind of gets in the way sometimes of your gameplay. But I'm just leveling weather witching, which I really love the theme of. I had a list of skills that this character was going to have. I was going to start off with cow, then I was going to unlock druid, which I've done, and then I thought to myself I would probably end up dropping cow, which I've done. For a period anyway, and then kind of weather witching. I kind of wanted to open a lot of the magey skills, so like weather witching, druid weather witching, ice magic, and necromancy were the skills I had written down that I'd like to level up and maybe make some builds out of. Yeah, so we're starting on weather witching, which is currently level 40. I think to get to kind of 50 in weather witching. Oh god! I think to get to 50 in weather witching, you don't need. Hey Liz, how you doing? You don't really need to be a massively established character. It's shock dust, fulgrite, and sulfur. Let's go over the water. Probably means my mount will kick me off, but I don't know why. So it's not too bad. You do have to unlock each level of you have to, every 5 levels you have to unlock the next skills that you need to do the recipes for, essentially. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not I think at some point it gets pretty difficult, but it's the same with all. I kind of wonder, it's the same with everything really, all the skills at high level. Most of the other skills you just have to unlock all in one go with a massive like upfront payout kind of thing. Ah, it's a shame, Liz. Keep at it. Got to keep at it, in you. It's kind of like a, yeah. It's like probably what it sounds like. Really, it's like a weather themed combat skill essentially. I quite like it so far. I'm going to go. I've just got to level 40 and unlock those skills, so I'll go and do some fighting soon. I need to go and unlock transmutation again. Say again, like next first. Assume we don't freeze on the way. I think it's like I think the weather, like it's funny when you're younger, you don't. I mean, up until I got sick, I guess. Like, I guess it's kind of maybe it was my part Scottish, part kind of Viking blood, but I never used to get cold at all. Just never kind of. But now, and as you get old, like every winter, like it makes my condition like worse than it normally is. It's a pain in the ass. I normally go into the desert on the way to Gazlook because it kind of just resets your cold meter, essentially. It must be difficult, but there's a real like this. I've kind of said it before about the game, but I guess it's being spoilt by EverQuest. But they've recently revamped like mob placements and stuff in the desert. But it just feels so weird. You know, it does feel as though that they've just dropped mobs down randomly. And obviously in EverQuest you had loads of roaming mobs, but I kind of feel that there was some, you know, you had areas where there were camps of things and whatnot. I mean, here you've got like a humanoid with a Grimorkin, and over there you've got some lizards and stuff. You just got these. It just feels like really random instead of trying to have like again more of an organic feeling kind of placement of mobs and actual like big proper camps of things. There are a couple of small building or villagey type areas with some mobs, but yeah, it's it just seems to be. Right, I need to go up here. I haven't unlocked this bit yet. It being a new dude. Like Gazlook, the zone we're about to go into is even worse. It's just you just get like undead animals, pretty much any type of mob you can think of, just all crammed together in groups. Hey Rob, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah. They are generally all ice themed though, so I guess that's something. All right, so is it just here? I need to remember where the oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, we went straight to it. That was lucky. I haven't got any of Gazlook map opened. I know where the cave is that I need to go. I don't want to have to stop on the way for frostbite. So, hey Jane, how you doing? Hopefully we will make it in time. It's definitely over this side of the. Yeah, Gazlook is even more hardcore with a cold, so I'm probably gonna have to stop and do get lots of riding XP though, which is cool. Oh, there's the village, so it's just over here. We'll just get some warmth back. Oh, whatever. I was in a group in Borghild earlier on in the week. Oh, we had an absolute nightmare. We got it's one of those things where you get to a boss and you think, oh, let's just give it a go, and we died. Obviously, we had a curse, so then we were trying to get rid of the curse. Oh my god. The other skill that I'll probably unlock at some point, just because it's so useful and strong, is probably battle chemistry. But I think it's probably easier to do now, particularly when you've got the money. Just like spam alchemy pretty quickly, I would imagine, to 50, and then okay, so we need to be friends. She likes powders, apparently. I bet she does. Let's give her a bit. See what. Oh, that gained us nearly 2 levels. I think we need friendship. I think we'll only just give her enough, I think, for... Oh, there we go. Horses, they've kind of like relatively new in the context of the age of the game, but they've been around for a little while. Some of the animal stuff has got its own like riding thing as well. Like if you're a wolf or a cow, you get like an equivalent run speed. I'm just going to distill some of this stuff to get rid of it. I was just kind of saving it for XP, but I'm only going to get a small amount. And you get like a riding skill, and your horse has slots for different things, saddles and what have you. Hats, apparently. A banner. I haven't got any horseshoe for some reason. I'll have to have a look at that. Sure where to go. Probably Kerr Tower. I normally go to Kerr Tower when I have a skill at 40, but it's one of those places where you do often get groups there, though, which is weird. Like, unfortunately, like the Goblin Dungeon is just absolute carnage. It's probably not big enough to host the amount of players that you get in there, but no one groups up in there, which is weird. Like everyone just runs around. Like her tower, you'll get like normally you get like an XP group. Not now at this time of day, but normally. What's the yeah? There's been a like a steady decline since release, which slowed down a bit. But I've noticed that the game this week has felt much quieter than it was. So I guess sorry, I know this is not the most riveting of streaming, but God, it's not really equipped for the cold. Little shoes, massive metal armor. I think the styling is has always been the one thing that I would change in the game. I think probably your character, you can do like the equivalent of transmogs or whatever, I think, but it's your characters do just look like a random get up of stuff, you know, because you wear what drops that's the best for you. So to be honest with you, Liz, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind for it, I think. So I haven't played it since that stream a couple of days ago. I will do probably over the weekend, but I think the thing with it at the moment, like just personally, is that until it's fleshed out with a lot of the other systems, a lot of the other horizontal systems and stuff that are probably going in, it does feel kind of like a generic kind of EverQuest clone at the moment, I think, you know. I can still use some of these smaller prisms, which is good. Don't have many of the other ones. I think it's because like before the beta came out, I just got heavily involved in what I was doing in Project Gorgon, really, and I'm kind of sort of player who will just play. Like, I don't like kind of like doing the flavour of the month type stuff. I think the thing as well probably to remember is I've played a lot of it, and yeah, for me personally, it does feel a little bit generic-y, EverQuest-y kind of game. It's not. It's kind of obviously it hasn't kind of reached the potential that it can reach at the moment. Yeah, I found the same in this game as well. I kind of feel that, like, it kind of feels that even if you're playing a classic MMO nowadays, you almost have to just leave your manners at the door and just act like a twat. Otherwise you end up just getting frustrated, or I'm not sure if it's worth keeping this purple stuff. I'll probably upgrade it quickly. Yeah, you end up just frustrated, or, for God's sake. Didn't I take those out of my bag? Obviously not. Hey mate, thank you. Thanks very much. I think I said on the stream the other day, like, I have a massive debuff. I mean, I'm debuffed anyway, but like over the winter, things are just harder. So I've just every day is an absolute war at the moment. I just feel like I'm, you just feel like you're. I mean, even the best of us, some days you feel like it, but I just feel like I'm punching into a ball of treacle at the moment. Like everything I do is just so fucking hard, but that's life. There is a it's tricky. So like I've now put in over 1,000 hours on Project Gorgon, and the reason I've done that is not because it's by the developers, some ex-developers of Asheron's Call, and not even because it's like Asheron's Call, because Asheron's Call wasn't my favourite MMO. Classic MMO back in the day, although I played it a bit and enjoy it. But sorry, I'm just no. I'm just thinking to myself, would I be better off gifting this stuff to someone? But I don't think so. Let's just get rid of it. But the reason that I've put so much time into Project Gorgon, despite like having mass frustration with it as well, is because it's almost like someone sat down and said, some of the stuff that I've complained about with other games, like let's just throw the kitchen sink at it. But these guys literally did throw the kitchen sink at it, essentially. You know, I mean, it's almost like they just had a list of 1,000 ideas, and they thought, how can we get all of these into a game? And and for the most part, it does work. You know, it's like this game, as I said before, has just got stuff that's just unique, and not in a general sense that people seem to use unique. You don't understand what it means. Like, there's literally stuff in this game that no other game has got. You know, but as people have been finding more and more since it was released on Steam a few weeks ago, you know, you do end up banging your head against the cost and the grind of stuff, and that's probably where a lot of people will fall off. I've got some. Oh no, they're rubbish. But it does have so. I mean, it's been around for a long time, so there is so much content. Like, there is so much to do. No matter what you like doing, you'll find it to do in this game. But to achieve to a high level, you do almost need to just know life the game, because it takes so much time. But if you want to do that, that's fine. You know, that's the thing. I think the issue that a game like Monsters of Memories have got is that, unlike this game, is that it's recreating a game that people already consider to be the best game. And so you kind of have to do, I guess you're kind of under pressure just to do a lot more with it, because, as you say, I mean, I know people that stopped playing P99 just because they got bored of it, because they've been playing it for years and everything looks the same and feels the same or whatever. So I can kind of understand someone wanting to play like a reimagined EverQuest, but I just think that reimagined EverQuest has got a lot to do, because otherwise people will just say, like I'm kind of playing a game that's like a bit like EverQuest, but it's nowhere near as good, really. You know, it's difficult. Like, I don't want to give anyone. Well, I know I often probably give people a hard time, but I don't really want to give people a hard time. I'm just trying to be like fair, really. I suppose it's difficult. I kind of think that I think I said it years ago. I just think that, like, many of these games would have been better off not mentioning classic MMOs at all, because I just think it just comes with a lot of baggage, essentially. And maybe if some people were ex-developers of a game, maybe long term it might have been better not even mentioning that. You know, I know that whole parasocial thing, if you say that I'm an ex-developer of whatever, it kind of gets people on board, but I just think it comes with a certain amount of expectation. With this game, I kind of feel that the developers were influenced by Asheron's Call, but essentially basically did their own thing with it. And it's difficult. Like, I know that there's a lot in this game that a lot of people won't like because of whatever it may be. But I kind of feel that you've got a game where you can become a werewolf, and when there's a full moon in real life, you're stuck as a werewolf. You've got these rituals and spells you can cast to do certain things that can only be done at a certain time of day. To learn certain skills, you need to learn languages like Goblinese. You can turn into a rabbit and cast spells. You know, when you die, you get XP, and as you go up in levels in death, you unlock you know, do you want to play that game, or do you want to play a game that kind of feels a bit like EverQuest? I don't know. You know, maybe I'm being unfair. The thing is, as well, with some of the games, I think particularly like Monsters of Memories and what's the other one that I really want to play? I can't remember what it's called now. There's another one that's coming out in 2027, and they've kind of had a few betas and stuff. I played a couple of them, a couple of tests, I should say. Can't remember what it's called, which is annoying. I could just bring up my Steam page, I suppose, but Just having a look at my Steam page. I don't know if I even got it on here anymore. I can't remember what it's called. But I mean, for those two games, for example, they're still early in development. And when all of their features and stuff are in the game and they're all working, etc., you know, then maybe it'll be fleshed out and you'll have loads of things to do. But I kind of feel that, as I said before, like Project Gorgon, I think is probably it's definitely the best classic MMO I've played. Classically inspired MMO I've played. It's definitely the most interesting. It's got tons of unique stuff, but it's also got a lot of problems. Does Sona buy stuff? She has got a shop. Oh, she buys augments. That's good, because they're a pain in the arse. I might increase her thing again. In this game, there's no PvP, I don't think. Oh, there is PvP, actually, yeah, but it's kind of like you turn it on. I think there's an area where you can go and there's PvP turned on or something, but it's not a focus at all. Yeah, well, I've been playing this game for like 8 or 9 years, so I do enjoy... It's funny because a lot of new people came into the game with... Sorry, let me try and play while I'm... let's split that stack. I mean, I think that... What does she do? Oh, she unlocks 61 to 70, so I'm going to need to... unlock probably max friendship anyway with her. So, close friends, shop. Oh, she now buys this stuff for full price. Let's get rid of some of these bits. It's quite useful that she buys these augments. Still not for the full amount, but... Yeah, what I like about the combat in Project Gorgon is it's very much like... it's turn-based in a set. It's not turn-based. It's... You got two combat skills, 6 skills each, plus a sidebar of skills. And I like the way that the combat can be quite quick and spammy, but there is quite a strong element of tactics involved as well, like preemptively using a skill in case X or whatever, or, you know, using a skill in response to something, that kind of thing. It is quite spammy though. Like, I think a lot of people just go with DPS and just spam their way through, which is fine. Right, okay, so now we're going to go... I've got some stuff that I don't really want to be carrying. Let's not fuck around. Let's just teleport back to the casino. I think there's quite a lot of, like, when I, like, over the years and just like listening to people in chat and stuff and whatnot, I think with new MMOs when they come out also is that there's a fair amount of like FOMO. Like, I imagine a lot of people pick up a new MMO because maybe they find it a bit bland or uninteresting or whatever, but I think they pick it up because they feel that if they don't pick it up, they're going to fall behind and they'll never catch up with the people at the front, and you know, or maybe their guild or their friends are playing it, so it's like, okay, well, I probably better play it as well, that kind of thing. You know, I think that's partly why a lot of people drift away from games, drift away from MMOs quickly. Oh, I think animal handling is probably something that I will pick up on this character as well, just because it's my favourite skill. But I've done so much of that that I'll it'll probably be like a, you know, I think it's somewhat what we were saying earlier is I think that if you closely resemble a classic MMO, you probably need to do more with other systems to differentiate between you and that game. And I definitely feel that, you know, the games are doing that. It's just getting all the systems and the features in, I guess, you know. Yeah, but I definitely think that there's a lot of FOMO with new games. It's a bit like pre-ordering games and stuff, isn't it? It's like people have to pre-order them and get the jump. It's like, or they see their favourite streamer playing it, and that's another reason. You know, it's funny how bombarded we are with influences at the moment. I sometimes wonder if people actually buy games because they like them at all. You know, they just buy them because. So this game is I would say, like, a lot of people start and go, oh my god, the like even the tutorial island doesn't tell you anything and stuff. So there's more of an element of working stuff out for yourself. It doesn't tell you where to go. But I would say this game is actually probably pretty user friendly at the start. Where am I going? Curtal maybe. But it reaches a point where the thing is that in this game there are so many systems in this game, and many of them are interlinked. And so there's like I'm not sure how much you know about it, but there's like a favour system where like an NPC won't train you in a skill unless you increase favour with them. So you need to give them things to make them friendly, essentially. At a great cost to yourself. What you have to remember, though, is that every NPC does that. So if you want to sell stuff to an NPC, you need to give them a load of stuff first to increase their friendly, I say favour with them, and then they will buy stuff from you. There are some NPCs that give you storage, like bank storage. Yeah, I would probably say like more so, like you need to be prepared for, because it's every NPC essentially. If you want something for an NPC, if you want to sell stuff to them, if you want some storage, if you want to just learn skills, you need to essentially increase favour with every single one. Some of them are not bad, like the first druid trainer. To increase with them is that they just like I need to eat some food. I don't think I brought myself. No, I bought enough food probably. Oh well. There we go. Yeah, so you need to increase favour with like every NPC that you want to interact with and do something with. That includes ones you just want to sell stuff to. As an example, like for selling stuff to people, like it's a good idea to have favour unlocked for multiple people, because let's just chuck some of this stuff in my bag, my saddle bag, because they also have limits to the amount of money that they have on a weekly basis. So if you find an NPC that buys armour, for example, and you keep selling them armour, like eventually they'll run out of councils for the week, and you've got to wait until it refreshes essentially. So yeah, so then you might need two dudes that, or dudesses that buy armour or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. It is like a massive favour grind. Favour is the real game, I think most people say. And I think that's probably right. Kill these fucking corpse keepers first. Such a pain in the arse. Unbearable they are. Little shits. I have nightmares about those guys. This part of the dungeon is a nightmare of just spawn spams and God knows what else. It's a great place for leveling because there's a lot of mobs, but holy smoke. I've been kind of... you can power level other skills, like my weather witching. Like, I think... What was it, Friday? I think Wednesday evening I started leveling it. And it's kind of 40 already, which is, I guess is alright. But I've been using Druid to kind of power level it, essentially. Yeah. What's good here is I'm still leveling Druid. Currently 56. And I get quite a lot of XP for Druid. There's a couple of skills. I kind of think that it's probably like a graphical thing, I guess, but like this skill is called Tsunami, which has got a... And it's kind of alright, you know, but I thought it'd be quite cool if there was like a... Because you're a weather witch. If there was like a wave that went out in front of you and hit all the mobs. Maybe it pushed them back or something, you know. I might go down and see if I can handle the dogs. They've got a horrible flame dot thing, but it's good XP, so... I've got a new spell actually that I learned. I'm not going to die, am I? Got a new weather witching spell that I learned. Doomstorm. I don't have any. I don't really have any weather witching enchantments at the moment, so the skills are a bit weak. But it's a necromancy skill. That's interesting. So I need necromancy dust. Okay, well, fair enough. I can cast a tornado that goes running off and just does shit essentially. It's not very strong at the moment. Oh, a yellow bard instrument. Nice. So we'll go down to the second part of the dungeon. See if we can handle that. Man, those ice runners. Holy smoke, they're so annoying. Go, dude, sweet dude. I've got loads of spawns behind me, probably, feels like. Yep. I keep walking backwards. Probably going to die here. Maybe not. We might die. Yep. A lot of my druid power at the moment comes from like dots ticking over. Where I was hunting before, it was really effective. Dots ticking over and damage shield. Where I was fighting for, it was really expensive. It was really effective, but these mobs are horrible because they just, the more they hit you, the more they just stack like a poison dot on you, and you know, it's rubbish. So we'll go down to this different part of the dungeon. Although they've all spawned again. That's handy. That's handy. See if we can dot some out. Ugh, man. Thank you, whoever that was. Kind of didn't save me, but kind of helped. Also feels there's like a level thing. Two tombstones. That's embarrassing, that is. Yeah, well, it was like this dungeon particularly feels like there's a bit of a level aspect to it as well. Right? It doesn't always feel like that in other areas. Actually, it's got two corpse keepers, which is oh, I hate those mages, those ice mages. There's so much damage. You bastards. Oh, man. Jeez. If I was a bit stronger, it could probably just run past them, but okay. I should, like, if I'm interested in getting anywhere, I probably shouldn't be burying them, but if you don't bury them, it just means that the people coming up behind you, like, if you don't bury the mob, it takes longer to spawn, so, which means people behind you are, you know. Let's leave these mobs. If we want to actually make our way anywhere, I'm not going to bury these. Yeah, there's definitely like a level break point. It's funny because you can get here, like my other character, even when I was playing as the cow with this character previously, you reach a point where you can get here and you can literally just stomp through the mobs without any issues. There's like a damage, like a mob cap as well. The amount of mobs. If you get more than, I think it's 3 mobs. Let's get this corpse keeper. Oh shit. Oh shit, still not dead. Oh man, not again. Stop dying, Bob. It's one of those games as well where there's so many skills, like dinosaur anatomy. So every creature type's got an anatomy that you learn. Yeah, there's so many skills to get. That dot again. Jesus, that's horrible, that dot. Yeah, you just get some people who want to act like dicks, don't you? You just can't. It's kind of almost unavoidable, unfortunately. There is some weird leveling thing going on. It must be the level of my oh, I've got a level in Druid as well. It must be the level of my weather witching skill. It doesn't make any sense. Like when I was Druid Cow down here the other day, I'm mowing through those mobs. There must be a level thing as well. If you're, I'm not under level though. They're level 40. Those mobs. So these mobs, these red ones, have a horrible dot on them. So I'm kind of going to feel that, considering my dude doesn't seem to be doing particularly well with dots at the moment, probably need to keep my healing up. I think that was one of the things that I was a kind of like a slight was like a negative for the game, was that like later on in the game's life, they like most of the high level content challenge just seemed to be about mobs just putting loads of like negative status effects on you, and it was really frustrating, or I find it really frustrating anyway. I'm not a kind of a fan of that type of challenge, I guess. Particularly when it's difficult to do anything about it. You just get like a ton of dots on you, and you know. Oops, hello. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm going to pull 4 here. See how we go. Actually, we didn't seem to pull 4. Okay, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, as you can see, it's just status effects. You just get covered in like dots and stuff. It's not the massive amount of fun. if you do play the game, if you start playing the game, get the transmutation skill online as soon as possible. Because it is favour and transmutation, like, is the game. Yeah, transmutation decides whether you have a good time in combat or a terrible time. Basically, oops, I'm fucking about here, Bob. It basically allows you, so every piece of equipment gets what they call enchantments, augmentation as well you want, because you can add an enchantment or an augmentation. But yeah, so I'm playing, if you're playing Druid, a lot of these are still Druid Cow, because I was playing Cow before, but you get whatever skills you're playing. If an item drops, generally it'll have enchantments to increase the power of certain skills that you use. And transmutation allows you to randomly RNG change them. So this particular one says Bramble Skin is this skill that I'm using. So it's like a damage shield. So I can, and most of the combat skills in a basic form, like, are pretty basic. So you're not really going to be going anywhere with them, essentially. Until you get enchantments for the skill. So I've got quite a few things here that have got Bramble Skin plus to damage, so damage shield does more damage. The other skill I'm using predominantly is Rot Skin, and I've got some enchantments that increase the damage of Rot Skin and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's transmutation is really important, even at low levels, I think. Like, if you're just playing when you're level 30 and you're just not doing much damage, a little bit of transmutation and will go a long way. I had to wait for him to hit me there, just so he'd die. Yeah, go and put me into combat then. Maybe there's someone up top. Go and have a look. Oh no, doesn't look like it. Oh shit. Those dots, man. No. Need to be careful, because dying here would mean I got all the way back to the start. Oh, the damage. You can, like what I don't tend to do very efficiently for some reason is you can get potions and stuff as well, like armor and power and health potions, which I should probably use more of. I'm trying to stick to the ghoulies if I can. I don't think they're too bad, actually. They're doing enough damage, though. So as you can see about the combat, like it, you know, it's you got bosses and stuff that require a lot more thought at high levels. You've got, you know, but yeah, it is a game where you where I think certainly in the early levels anyway, it plays, even in later levels, it plays to just have a DPS build so you can go around mowing things up. I'm going to have to litter soon, I think. Other things in this game, you just get a crap ton of... You just get so much stuff in your inventory. It's crazy. In some areas, they've got these waste bins you can put stuff in, but not everywhere. I think it would be good for everywhere to have like a waste bin. Even if it doesn't make sense for a dungeon to have a waste bin, you know, I think it would still be a good idea. We've got a magic drop. Ooh! Legendary chess piece, level 43. So that's got druid and weather witching enchantments on. So I think I will keep that and do a bit of transmuting later to try and get some skills on the. What I was doing earlier was distilling. What the transmutation allows you to do is break magic items down into stuff called phlogiston, which is like a requirement for doing transmutation. So, you know, there we go. Trying to outpace the dot again. Hopefully. Man. Yeah, so with like a, I guess it's got like a Diablo-y style loot system. You just get like a ton of stuff that's not magical anyway or whatever. You can't break it down. You can sell it, but it just clogs up your inventory and you end up sort of, you know, just dumping it somewhere, unfortunately. I don't think the game even has like a destroy button that you can, where you can just get rid of stuff, I don't think. I'm sure you probably noticed, Liz, but the Weather Witch is the first class to have casting times, which is quite interesting. Oh dear. If you like builds as well, like builds, you know. It's quite good. There's loads of builds. You can combine any two skills for the most part. Some combat skills block out others. So if you're a werewolf, you can't be a druid, for example, because of lore reasons. Yeah, but there's loads of synergies. So like my tsunami skill has got, it does 272 nature damage over 8 seconds. But that's because of a druid skill. So AoE attacks in this game are called burst attacks. So I've got a druid skill that gives any AoE attack an extra damage over time ability. So there's loads of builds and stuff if you're into that kind of thing as well. People theorycraft builds all the time. Yeah, it's I'm not quite sure why. It's one of those things where I think weather witching at higher levels particularly is like really good now, but it wasn't initially. I think there's almost like a thing where, I don't know, maybe the devs are kind of it's like we'll come back to that skill, you know, because you would think being a class with casting times, it would be uber kind of thing. It's a bit like the vampire though. Like vampire was kind of put in. I don't think it's had too much work since then, and it's not particularly good for the effort involved. I guess you could say it's like a flavour skill, but I've got a run speed buff that I'm not using. I should be. Right, I need to go into a corner and just drop some stuff on the floor and be a dirty little bug. I'm on. Well, I'm still on the original server. Like I've been playing for about 8 years or so now. Yeah, and my character's just on the original server, whatever that is. Right, let's be a dirty litter bug. I try and do it. I try. Oh, hello. Even littering, I try to be polite. Like I try to stick it all in a corner, because some people will literally just chuck it anywhere. I don't really want to leave the dungeon and sell, then come back again. So I'll drop all this non-magical stuff. Maybe some other stuff as well. The pictures are the worst things to drop because they actually drop like that's these massive pictures. So it's obvious that someone's littering more so. Okay. One thing I've noticed since coming back is like the economy is terrible for new players. Like I don't quite know what I don't quite know if prices have increased or whatever, but like things like food are so like players are selling food so expensive, like 2 or 3 thousand for like one relatively newbie food, like with a gourmand of like 10 or 15 or something. I don't quite know why. I don't quite know if I haven't heard they've increased the price of food, but yeah, there's a real like player. Old players, I don't know. I don't know. You can take advantage of new players. They've got no money. It's like, yeah, it's weird. I definitely want to increase my cooking because I think it's the only way to go at the moment. Like, buying it is pretty expensive. It's quite nice XP around here, and it's quiet. I think because you have to do more running around than just a corridor. I think that I think with these shaman, it's probably best for me to kill them off as quickly as I can before they. Saying that though, I'm not controlling. Like this purple bar for the mob is what's called a rage attack. And it's generally the mob's nastiest attack. And there are skills that can reduce rage. So as you hit the mob or as they hit you, their rage builds up. Then they'll do a rage attack. You can knock their rage down and stuff. So I probably need to. That would be the thing to do here, I think. If yeah, not many people come here. Not as much as down in the lower part of the dungeon. Anyway, there is a mob up here that you need to kill for I think the necro and ice magic unlocks. These rhinos just knock you back. Okay. I imagine this zone will probably get a revamp at some point. Like this is the original design, which looks a bit weird now actually when you think about it. But they've been going around kind of updating zones visually. I think they've been using a new version of Unity. Oh, this guy's got so much armour. Yes. I mean, I haven't actually looked at any of the other servers from a population point of view, actually. I mean, this is kind of off-peak, so I think it's, you know... I'm not sure if it's like just an old server, like older players kind of thing, but on this server, I guess maybe some other servers, like you... Oh, I hate these guys. Hate these guys. Like you always get a load of people that serve you all well and stuff, you know. It's like the place to hang out kind of thing. Definitely need some weather witching enchantments running. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, they knock you off, those buggers. What have I managed to pull? What have we got? Not quite everything, which is alright. Why did he run off? I'm gonna die here probably. Yep. I notice that with a lot of new players, like pets are quite big. It feels as though like almost every new player is playing animal handling. I've seen quite a lot of new players with animal handling necro, which doesn't really have any synergies, I don't think, but it's just loads of pets essentially. I mean, animal handling is probably the best skill for new players. Oh, great. There's a weird spawn thing. Where some places it's just random and really quick, and then you go to other places and there's hardly any, like you'll clear it out and the mobs just don't respawn, or they respawn like really sporadically. Doesn't even seem to be kind of really about yeah, so with weather witching at the moment, unless you get a certain augment, you can't channel through you can't channel through like spells. You can't cast spells. How much I hate these guys. many hit points they seem to have for casters as well. Yeah, with Weather Witching, you can't channel through. There's a particular augment you need to get, which I think it's, I don't know if it's level 60. I'll just buy it at level 60 probably. Yeah, this guy up here is playing fire and something. Fire and staff, maybe. He's just mowing through mobs. He's quite a high level dude. Old player, I would say. This is great in a group, this area, because you really just can't move for mobs. So if you're in a group here just running around mowing stuff up, it's a great place for XP. Normally you get groups here like later on in the day. It's a bit early at the moment. What are you doing, dude? Not going that way? Okay. Leave it to me. I think one of the things with this game that I think has kept it so fresh is that it is so fleshed out. There are so many different systems and stuff. Like there's like a performance skill, like nature appreciation, art appreciation, poetry, whatever. You know, there's just so many different different ability, different mechanics and stuff. I think what I might do this time is stay in that corridor there. Come on, man. Oh man, these little fucking chickens. Jesus. The chickens debuff you so you move slower for a period of time. Broken toes, essentially. I guess they're pecking at your toes, little bastards. Going to pull any more mobs around the corner? Yes, we are. Well, we made it back down relatively easy without too much trouble. I like the drainers. They just hit my shield and die, essentially. That's basically that's basically what I want. Man, no shame and dot. Definitely need a rage reduce. I think what's happening is that they've got their rage meter essentially full before I initiate combat, so it's just they just use it as soon as there's another dude there. Ooh. I've got a slot for that, yes I have. It does seem to have kept a steady population, though. It has definitely gone down. It's quite, this server's quieter anyway. I think someone yesterday was saying that they've got over 7,000 subscribers at the moment, like VIP players. Whatever that costs a month, I'm not quite sure. I got 50 goblinese yesterday, so I could. I'm not quite sure what you need to unlock necromancer. I think you need goblinese to speak to an NPC. I'm not sure what level, but I lost a magic item there. Right, I need to litter again. Let's do it over. Where can I do it? Let's do it in a corner somewhere. Right. Oh, I think I just heard someone ring the bell. Let's have a look. There's like a bell tower over here, and you ring the bell, it summons a boss, which is probably dead already, I would say. I guess if they summoned it, they knew they were going to kill it. I went to my first 2 druid events this week. My main, I guess, still maybe. Is it still my main? Probably. Like he unlocked druid on that character like years ago when I first started playing the game. And I hadn't been to a druid event for ages. And they're kind of no better really than they used to be. It's just a massive spam fest where the event's almost over. Like, people worry about going druid because of the downside. And the only downside at the moment is that you can't gain XP for the period of time that the event's going on. But like, if you were on this server anyway, I guess because it's older server and there's more druids, the event sometimes is over before you even get there. I think there's an enchantment for tornado where you cast tornado and you get more than one. And I think you can cast a shield on them as well. Yeah, but druid events are over before you. I mean, I got there yesterday and it's just a massive. It's just a massive spam fest. And you get a load of elite mobs spawn and like all the big boys turn up and they're kind of like, you know, you're not damaging them at all. They're like one shot in the mobs, you know. Okay. It was quite funny. Mobs are like, I don't know, thousands of hit points and thousands of armor. It's just one tapping them from range kind of thing. I think if you turn up, you still get. I mean, I think I might have hit I might have done damage on a couple of mobs, but I did get the druid credit reward afterwards, so that's the main thing. I think the minimum mob's at level 50, but I might go to the werewolf dungeon this afternoon. My weather witching's probably a bit low, but I think my build at the moment definitely is better with just mobs that just essentially just whack on you, kill themselves on the damage shield essentially. have a bell ringing. Someone else, I think he's just been killed, so it won't spawn again yet. I wonder at what point they will, or if they'll need. I'm assuming at some point they'll probably need to consolidate a server or two. I think that's probably likely. Oh, there's a dude hunting the corridor there. It's been an interesting experience playing the game with more players, because it kind of almost feels that the game wasn't really designed, weirdly, even though there's a load of content. The game wasn't really designed for loads of players. I think because of the nature of the game and the way people just run around burning mobs, any mob they see down, irrespective of whether someone's engaged with it or not. It's almost like there's not enough content at certain levels for players. So many players kind of box themselves in the Goblin Dungeon, and it's just carnage in there. I might change my build a little bit later. I'm not sure that relying on the, for these mobs anyway, relying on the damage shield is not good. As I said, I might go and try and find some mobs that don't cast status effects on you. I don't have a stun at the moment, otherwise I might see if I can find a stun. If I had a stun, I'd go to Borkild, even though that is like the death dungeon. Gravamax is the boss. He drops a key that there's a chest up there that you unlock. I think I said that before, but I noticed on this server, like, you can tell things got really quiet because there's like a community in Serbia, for example. There's like a community storage chest, and it requires like constant upgrading from players. And at one point recently, it was up, I think it was like 100 and something storage slots. But like today when I looked, I think there's kind of like about half that. It kind of gives you an idea of... and I kind of wonder also if maybe the most mature server will be the one that ends up like a bit more like the game was before it was released for the Steam 1.0 release. You know, maybe the other servers will keep the new population and just be us old bastards on the on this one. Is that dude still here? It looks like there's another dude. No. Still not what's going on. There's a new endgame system as well that I don't really know much about from a levelling point of view. I think at level 100, I think you go into something called like a prestige thing. And I think it's like another 100 levels or something maybe, or something. I think. Probs. Got my caps lock on. Yeah, this guy wants to kill a boss, but I don't think he doesn't really seem high enough at the moment. You got to be careful with bosses in the game because you get permanent curses and it's just like you have to kill the boss to get rid of the curse or use a quite expensive potion. So I'm you know. It's something to think about whenever you're doing a boss. Yeah, so when you get a few players kind of playing around a certain area, mobs just dry up quickly. I guess you could say, why don't I just invite this guy into a group and stuff? But I don't like doing that. It's not my normal style of play. No, group. I mean, I've been in quite a lot of groups since I came back, particularly in this dungeon. But I don't just like randomly asking people stuff. When I have done it a couple of times recently, you just don't get any response. So it's kind of like, you know. I think also because that's the thing about MMOs, I think, that people still don't seem to get, even people who claim to be classic MMO players, is that I think the vast majority of people spend their time, even people that group, will probably still spend more time just logging in for an hour to do something, you know, when they can, as opposed to just logging in and always, I'm only going to play if I can get a group. That's it. It's an MMO. I'm not doing anything else. That's what some people seem to think that most people do, and I don't think they do. I think a lot of people just log in for a period of time they got to play and just try and get something done. Yeah, so there's really nothing here. Let's litter again, and then maybe we'll go somewhere else. What's the time? I probably won't stream for much longer anyway. Probably need to go and bank, actually. I was grouped with someone the other day who seemed to have I think probably most people other than myself are organised enough, but like he did a dungeon run and he quickly ran to the bank and just dumped everything in the bank, which I guess you check for later, but I don't have enough storage for that, so I probably need to work on storage. This is definitely a game where you have to try and pick something and then kind of work on it. You can kind of work on other things at the same time, particularly when you're new, because you'll find when you're new you'll just keep getting XP thrown at you for various skills. But I definitely think it's a good idea to have a goal in mind. Like I'm going to unlock more storage with this NPC today, and then, you know, do other stuff that facilitates that kind of thing. Yeah, that Shaman went straight for the fire attack there. Yeah, I don't want to, this guy's been camping this corridor, so I don't want to get in his way. So I'll wait until he's cleared it out, then I'll move past. There we go. Yeah, it's always been silly. I think that a lot of it comes from the classic MMO brigade. I think they're just people who want you to believe that everyone plays the game a certain way, and if the game is not kind of designed that way, then and if most people are not playing that way, then there's a problem and stuff. I mean, you know, I've said before about MMOs is that really. I think the reason that people play MMOs is because partly because they can group with people, but also because it just offers a different experience. You know, it's like The Witcher 3 or Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever is not going to offer the same experience as this. It just doesn't, not in a million years. I don't like. I'm kind of like neutral on it, to be honest, mate. I like I play my kind of general overall MMO kind of. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's nice to see people running around, even if you're soloing. Even if you're not really interacting at that time, you know, it's nice. It's nice to see it. It's nice to see. Even if you're someone who never interacts, it's just a different experience to a single player RPG. There's a spider. I've got a spider character that was just a spider, but I didn't really do much with him. I think this guy, I've seen this guy quite a bit actually. That spider. I think he's trying out all the animal forms because I'm sure I'm sure I saw him as a wolf and a wolf and a rabbit as well, actually. Oh, it's you again, is it? Little bugger. This quality of life stuff, sorry, Matt, going back to the question that you asked, is I'm kind of like neutral on it now. Like, I don't care. Like, if Monster Memories decided to incorporate a map, I wouldn't go, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Oh God, it's just like, wow. I just don't care, honestly. That kind of thing just doesn't bother me anymore. It's all about fun, and if I feel that an MMO, it's like if I feel that an MMO is including stuff in the game, like I said before, like I kind of feel that if, as a designer, I think if you're including something in a game, like what's your reasoning for it? What's the goal? Is it fun for the player? Because like negative things and whatever you can still make them fun, I think. But things like maps and quality of life and stuff, I don't care. I don't care about boxing or any of that. It just has absolutely no effect on my gameplay. Like if I log into M&M and it's suddenly they've included a map, it'll have absolutely no impact on my gameplay at all. I honestly just don't care. So I think what we'll do is... let's have a look at the werewolf dungeon. I think I'm probably going to be too low. And I've got a load of crap in the backpack as well. I kind of feel that one of the issues with modern games, is that they're still like I think we're, again, just like opinion, but I think we're too concerned with mechanics that really I don't see what the big issue is anymore. Like all that quality of life stuff. It's like people get bent out of shape about it. But I just don't really care anymore. Is the mechanics of the game good? Is the combat interesting? Are the systems good? You know, that's it really. I honestly don't care if Monster Memories had a big arrow on the screen telling me where to go everywhere else and stuff. I just honestly don't care. Like if it's fun when I get there, that's all I'm worried about. Maybe I've just mellowed in my old age. I don't know, but I just find that I just fucking map keeps zooming in. Won't stay at the default. Now, where's the wolf cave? Over there. I think it's partly maybe. I mean, maybe it's even partly why MMO, like classically inspired MMOs, don't really seem to be making much progress or headways because, you know, it's like like we need to do this because of this, and because there's maybe a minority of players who want this and say they want this and this is how it should be and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's like. I don't know how other people feel about maps, but like a map just really has absolutely no impact on. The thing is, as well, is that you can still play without a map. You know, it's like it was like in when I was playing Embers Adrift, and like people were complaining about the map and stuff, and why is the map not more detailed? Why doesn't it show you where you are? And the insistence was that, well, you kind of need to work it out yourself. You know, it's like a use landmarks and that kind of thing, but and like people would kind of use the argument that it's more realistic, but it's not really. Like if I spent the next 3 months in Kerr Mountains, I imagine at some point I would make a map, so I would have a map. But in games without maps, you never have a map. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't you make a map? It's just stupid, you know. The whole argument about some of those kind of quality of life things I don't get. You know, it's like I quite like the way this does it, where it's a fog of war, and the more you open the map, you unlock bits on the map. There's a skill cartography, which is nice. You get experience for that. That gives you some bonuses and stuff to your character. There's stuff that I can't see on the map still because I haven't been there. It's just, yeah, maps are just weird because like people made maps 1,000 years ago, so the fact that it's more realistic is not a good answer. It's yeah, that wouldn't be so bad, but it's yeah, I mean, if you're not a cartographer, I guess, then I mean, cartography could be a skill where you, I don't think it's got it in the game, but where you can make a map. And so maybe potentially, if you're a player, you don't have the map unlocked, but you could you can either do it yourself or you could buy a map from someone if you didn't want to, of the area, that kind of thing. You know, I do apologise. I've come here and I've just stopped because I do have. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm not going to be going for too long. Let's just head over to the dungeon and see what's what. It's like storage is another one, isn't it? Like connected storage, or like account-wide storage. Really, what's the point of making those things harder than they need to be? Like if you're on one side of the map, you need access to something that's in your bank. Why make a player have to travel all the way to the other side of the map just to get access to the bank that's got that stuff in? That's like that to me. That is just like unfun game design. Like I just don't understand it. You know, it's like. I mean, even EverQuest realised that some of this stuff was stupid. So I don't know why people are now suddenly only just including it in their games. You know, it's like I think all these dudes are level 50-ish. So We'll put a couple of... wow. No one's been here. Yeah, come on, dude. The archers are rubbish because obviously they're not going to... they're not going to attack me. I don't think they get bounce back damage shield for ranged attacks. I don't think. Just outside here, over the way, is where you got like the werewolf skill trainers, and just around the corner there's a werewolf altar where during a full moon you can unlock some skills and stuff. Okay, we can kill these. Okay, fair enough. There is a XP penalty, remember. If you're killing mobs that are too high or too low for you, you do get reduced XP. But, you know, sometimes it's worth it. Depends where you are, I guess. Work order, which we don't want. We don't really want a work order. Some of the NPCs are quite funny. Yeah, this is a full spawn here. Like, I don't know. I guess those guys at the front have just been AFK for a while. Where are you going? I don't know why they go to run away, some of them. It's weird. Well, I'm full inventory, so unless I get like a nice magical item, I'll just gotta be careful. These guys are doing more damage. Oh, is that an archer? Come on. Hang around. Ow! Bugger. That's alright. It's only a red. It's only a red. Not the end of the world. So I've created like a one-click butcher loot berry thing, and sometimes you have to be careful with that because if you've got a full inventory, it just deletes the mob's items essentially. So I'm losing stuff here unless I drop something. It wouldn't pick that up. I picked that archer off, I think. Hello. I don't think I can kill those crazed alphas. I just think they've got... Although it doesn't say it, I think they've got regen, and I think they've got quite a big regen. Let's see. If their attacks are... If they attack a lot, I guess they might kill themselves on my... slowly wearing it down, but I think I'm probably going to die before it does. Holy moly! Oh, look at that! Finished each other off. I think it killed itself on my. It killed me, but killed itself on my. There's a werewolf altar there. Killed itself on my damage shield, I think. Also, I don't think I've got any more snacks. I'm out of snacks. These are weird, these two. This is like is this boxing maybe? It can't be boxing, can it? So they seem to be moving independently. Almost. Maybe not. Right, I'm going to stop now, I think. I think that will do me. Think about what I'm going to have for lunch. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I'll be getting on sort of like Monster Memories at some point. It's just like a frame of mind thing. I kind of wasn't really in the frame of mind for it, but we'll get some content done, see how it goes. You know, follow it through development now because it's public. You know, it's kind of it's a thing, and I probably need to find somewhere for me to might be able to get in a group here or something with those guys. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll